Hello, and welcome back to Average Arcader. I'm Chuck. And you know, in gaming, there are two different ways that game developers can extend the life of their game: paid DLC and microtransactions. Today, we're going to take a look at both and see what their differences are and how they both positively and negatively affect the gaming industry today. Let's start with paid DLC. Now, the overall concept of paid DLC is actually very good. Think about it. If you have a game that you really enjoy playing, but then you finish all the content, all you have to do is just pay a little bit more money and you can get more content for your game. Now, this is a win-win for everybody. The players get more of the game they like to play and enjoy, and the game developers get to make more money off their game. See? Everyone's happy, right? Well, you see, the problem is that's not how it always happens. Once game developers realized that we were willing to pay for more stuff in our games, they started selling us more and more stuff, but not the stuff that we wanted. We're talking about character skins, weapon skins, clothing, furniture, and other accessories. Stuff that most gamers didn't want. We wanted more things to do, like more missions, more quests, more characters to interact with, more game to actually play. Not to mention, most games came with all that little stuff already in it. Why buy more character skins when the game already has a ton of them in it already? Now, game developers started to figure this out, but instead of just making the content we wanted, many developers decided that if they didn't put the content in the game in the first place, we would have to buy it in DLC. So games started launching empty, with huge chunks of content missing, just gone, stripped out so that it can be sold as DLC. We see an example of this with the Destiny games. Destiny 1 and 2 both launched with fun gameplay, but just not that much content in the game. Later, players of Destiny 1 found out that the developer, Bungie, had locked away content still on the disc so that later they could sell it as DLC. Practices like this continued on for a while, causing many gamers to be very cautious when they purchase games, not knowing just how much content the games would launch with when they got them. Eventually, this use of DLC started to die down, but not completely. Some developers, even till this day, still use DLC kinda like this. But many others have moved on to something that I feel is much, much worse. It's time to talk about microtransactions. Now, just like DLC, the concept of microtransactions, or games as a service, isn't that bad. It's supposed to be another way for us to enjoy our games longer and for the developers to keep making more money off their games. But what's been happening lately is that the developers get to make more money, but we don't get to enjoy our games. To show you what I mean, let's take a look at a game that uses microtransactions the right way. Warframe is a very fun, well-designed, free-to-play game. There is a lot of stuff to do in the game, and the developers continue to add more stuff all the time. Also, making progress in the game is fun and doesn't take too long. But if you do want to speed up your progress just a little bit, you can with microtransactions. But you don't mind spending the money, mainly because one, you got the game for free and you're having such a good time playing it. In fact, many fans of the game, including myself, will purposely find something to buy so that we can keep supporting the developers. This is microtransactions done right. But sadly, a lot of developers right now aren't doing microtransactions this way. First of all, they are still charging an upfront price for their games. So gamers are paying anywhere from $60 to $200 for a game, depending on what edition they get. Now, normally this wouldn't be a problem if gamers were getting complete games, but they're not. Most microtransaction heavy games are launching incomplete or empty, having almost all content either not in the game at all or locked behind a paywall of some sort, like an online store or loot boxes. So if you want to get the most out of the game that you paid for, you have to spend more money. How is this not considered a scam? In any other business that sells a product, this would be considered a scam. So imagine this. You go to a car dealership to buy a brand new car. The dealer shows you a nice looking car, says that it's $20,000, and if you want, you can pay $100 a month and get every new feature for the car that comes out for free for the life of the car. So you say, okay, give them $20,000, make that first $100 payment, go to drive your car home, but as soon as you open the car door, you see that the whole entire inside of the car has been stripped out. There's no seats, no radio, no air conditioning, no dashboard, no door panels. Everything's gone but the steering wheel and the gas and brake pedals. So naturally you go back to the dealer and you're like, where's the rest of my car? He looks at you and says, well, we figured since the car was drivable, that should be enough to get you going. But don't worry, we're going to be sending you a random piece of your car once a month until it's all there. But if you want, you have the option to pay another $20,000 right now, and we'll give you everything that's missing on your car. Now this is obviously a scam, right? Well, many game developers are doing the exact same thing with microtransactions, and it is damaging the gaming industry because many gamers are losing faith in their favorite game developers as more and more of the top game devs push out these microtransaction heavy games, trying to get every last penny of money out of us they can, which really wouldn't be that big of a deal if they were giving us the games that we wanted, that are complete and fun. We don't care about spending more money as long as we're getting what we want. Why not just do the work, give us the games we want so that we can pay you? Trust me, I promise we'll pay. So, when comparing paid DLC to microtransactions, DLC is simply better. It has its downsides, yes, it can be used the wrong way, but overall it is better. It's better for gaming, it's better for gamers, and it's better for the gaming industry. And more game developers should be relying on DLC to add more life to their games instead of microtransactions. Just make a good game, make good content that we actually want to pay for, and then sell it to us. Then repeat. It's that easy. Well, that's all the time we have for today. I plan on doing many more videos like this in the future, so if you did enjoy the video, please stay tuned. But until next time, I'm Chuck, this is Average Arcader, have a nice day.